Welcome back to AM News. Lack of motivation portrayed in South Africa continuously proves to be amongst the top reasons for a high number of school and tertiary dropouts. And this can be blamed on a number of social ills in society, such as drug and alcohol abuse, crime, and sometimes a lack of financial and social support. Through his recently released book, author Vusi Jiyana addresses these issues, and he anticipates that South African youth will be motivated and empowered to make the right choices in life by learning through his personal experiences. And of course, joining us in studio is Vusi Jiyana, the author of a book called You Can Be Strong at Your Weakest Place. Good morning and welcome.
Morning, Mehman. How are you?
Thank you. I'm well, thanks. Thank you for coming.
Yes.
But I suppose you'll make me feel even better when you tell me about the content of your book.
Yes.
But we'll get to the book a little bit later on. But I want to know how you grew up. What was your childhood like?
I grew up in a dusty rural village called Bundu Inn, where there's no internet cave, petrol station, or an ATM at least.
And
that's where I grew up.
How did you course through life with those circumstances?
It was a bit difficult. I grew up, as like any other child growing up from the rural village. I used to look after goats, graduated to cattle. And,
graduated?
Yes, I graduated to cattle. And after I finished school, then I went to work as a construction worker. That's where my first university registration fee came from.
Wow.
Yes.
But I understand that before you went to university, you actually took a gap year.
Yes,
How
that's
did you?
correct.
How did you get the funds to get to university?
It was actually me raising some funds, some registration funds via the construction work, Yeah, so like there's always a way to pull through, So like that's the route I took, because I was very passionate, to say I want to be a student one day. So I made it happen through the construction work.
Wow. And yes. I suppose it's impossible until it's done. You think it's the most hardest thing, you'd never go through it, but until it's done, that's when you see that it's actually possible. Yes,
that's correct, actually. Actually, I normally say to people, if people can learn to do it while it is not easy, greater heights can be achieved, because when you do it while it is not easy, that's when you feel proud about yourself to say, you look back with a smile and say, wow, I did it while it was not easy, not when it was easy.
True.
So I also wanted to do it while it was not easy.
Yeah, so you can have a very powerful testimony,
yes,
right?
That's correct.
But now, your writing background is confusing now because you were a goat herder. You graduated, in your words, to cattle herding, and then you took a gap year. You were in construction as a construction worker and then went to study. How did the writing start? When did it begin?
It began during my university years because I did public relations, specializing in media studies, communication science, and public relations. So the writing skill came from there, So then the writing of the book, it was both the combination of my ability to write and my passion to serve people.
Wow.
Yes.
And let's talk about the book then. Your book is entitled You Can Be Strong at Your Weakest Place. Tell me about that title. Why did you specifically decide to use that title?
Yeah, it's because, people allowed their weakest place to define their destiny, so of which is very wrong, So I'm saying to them, wherever you are, you can be strong at your weakest place, So it doesn't matter whether it's a poor a family or poor rural village. Wherever you are, you can rise up and become strong at your very same weak place.
And how do you advise people tap into that strength? I can imagine when you don't have funds to go to school, when you are unemployed and you need to provide for your children and it's so difficult to tap into your strength. How would you advise that people who read this book will learn to do that?
Yeah, actually, I would like to say to the youth especially, they must take full responsibility of paving their own way to success. Because sometimes we blame other people for our failures, with the accusation of them failing to support us. But now the question I'm posing to them is, what if those people are condemned to accept failure as normal? What if the very same people believe that a child from your poor family cannot make it to the greater heights, cannot go to university? And then who must make it happen? It's you. You have to drive the process, Yes.
Absolutely. And for those who definitely want to get motivated about the books, where can they get the books?
Yeah, the books are currently available from the NPOs. I will explain a bit about
please.
my distribution channel. I actually decided to I opted to use NPOs with the view of saying I want to support the financial struggles that tend to undermine the progress of the NPOs. Therefore, I said to them, I'm selling this book for 150 for working class and 130 for learners and students. Therefore, they give me 100 rand back per copy, meaning the 30% generated by the book goes to NPO as means of me doing what I can do. You know, then it's a three-way phase, meaning it's a donation from me. It's a fundraising project for them. And those people who buy the book from the NPOs, it means they support the NPOs that work within their own community.
Wow. Vusi, I support that. I think you're giving everybody an opportunity to benefit from this book. Not only are you buying the book to motivate yourself, but also the NPOs benefit, and then more books can then be reproduced, of course, to benefit more communities.
Yes, and it's a reciprocal process for those who buy from the NPOs.
Wow.
Because as much as they contribute financially to the NPOs, they also receive a motivational content that can inspire them.
That's amazing. And can we expect more writings from you, more books coming in future?
Yes, of course, ma'am. There will be more books coming, but currently I'm still focusing on this one.
Okay. All right. I wish you all the best of luck, and thank you so much for joining us on AM News.
Yes. I'd like to highlight that on the 27th of September, I'm launching my book at the Josie Book Fair. It will be at the Central Johannesburg College, Ellis Park campus.
All right.
Yes.
So everybody needs to make sure they're there.
Yes, everybody needs to make sure they are there, especially those that are around and they are interested in become partners, the NPOs that are interested in becoming
partners with you.
Yes, partners with me in terms of like selling the book with the very same strategy that you are impressed with.
Please use that strategy. Thank you so much, Vusi, for joining us, and I wish you all the best of luck again.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. That was Vusi Jiyana, an author, of course, and a passionate speaker about community issues. Of course, get his book. The book is entitled You Can Be Strong at Your Weakest Place, and I'm sure it aims to motivate you. So make sure you also go to the book fair and the book launch, and you acquaint yourself with this gentleman. But we'll go for a short break right now, and when we come back, Marumo Kekana will update you on all that is sports after this.